Investigators are trying to find out more about a body found yesterday near the Kentucky-Tennessee border. Meanwhile, police in Pike County say a death investigation there is now believed to be a murder case. We'll have the latest details. And we are learning more about how the suspect in a Knox County murder was captured in Michigan.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 5:30 on Tuesday, February the 12th. Thank you for tuning into Mountain News This Morning. I'm Will Puckett. We are now 2 days away from Valentine's Day, so everybody get your flowers and your chocolates and your candies ready. But if you're going outside to do so, you're going to want a rain jacket, an umbrella, and some rain boots for Brandon, what's seemingly just another day this year where we are saying rain is in the forecast.
I'm going to change the hazard's name to New Seattle because I swear it's ridiculous. But the rain does continue this morning. We take a look at it here on the satellite and radar, and we're going to continue to see those waves kind of in a break now. So if you have to be out in the next few minutes, watch out for ponding water on the roads, watch out for slick roads there, wet roads, and watch out for some patchy dense fog. As we take a look to the state view, though, you can see much more where this came from overnight, and it will continue to push into our area as we head deeper into the morning. Temperatures not too bad. 57 already Monticello, 48 Jacksboro, 44 Ashland. Everybody else in the low to mid 50s across the region, across the state. Close to 60 there in Nashville this morning. 44 Cincinnati, 53 Tri-Cities, Paducah, 51 in Charleston. Forecast for today, 60 degrees early, and then we'll see those soggy conditions, maybe mixing with a little bit of snow possible early tonight before all of it moves out. It'll be cold by this time tomorrow morning, so get ready for another shock as we head into your Wednesday. I'll have the rest of the forecast in just a few minutes. Will?
Alrighty, Brandon, thank you. Well, we are still working to learn the identity of a man found yesterday near the Kentucky-Tennessee state line. He was found just north of Jellicoe, close to a Save-A-Lot grocery store. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds has more on why the death seems suspicious to police.
Close to noon on Monday, troopers were dispatched to the Kentucky-Tennessee border,
advising that they had a subject call and tell them that they had located a deceased person inside this building here behind me. Detectives arrived on scene shortly after and did discover an adult male deceased inside the building.
Trooper Lloyd Cochran with the Kentucky State Police Post 11 says family were notified right away and several came to the scene, something he says is never an easy part of their job.
It's tough when you have to do a death notification to a family member. You just want to make sure that you say the right thing.
But troopers are working tirelessly to get answers into what happened to their loved one.
At this point, it is a death investigation. However, there are suspicious circumstances. Hopefully, we'll have more information in upcoming hours.
The investigation is in early stages, but police believe the death happened sometime around Sunday afternoon. In Whitley County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, we do hope to learn more about this case later today, and we'll keep you updated here and on WYMT.com. Meanwhile, the search is on for answers into a Pike County woman's death. Kentucky State Police Post 9 investigators found the body of 44-year-old Michelle Smith Saturday outside her home in Johns Creek. Trooper William Petrie says the assault started in the house, led outside, and at some point a vehicle may have been used. Longtime friend Heather Ellis says she is praying for justice.
We just want justice to be done. We want whoever did this just to come forward, and if anybody knows anything, just call the police.
Now, if you have any information about the death investigation, you are asked to call Kentucky State Police Post 9 at 606-433-7711. Well, we're also learning new information about how U.S. Marshals found Philip Lee Lewis in Flint, Michigan last week. Troopers say this is video of him last month at A&B Quick Stop in Knox County. It is just seconds before they believe he fired a gun, killing Gary Medlin. It happened during an attempted robbery. From federal court documents released yesterday, we learned they identified Lewis from fingerprints left on a drink at the store. He appeared in Michigan federal court Monday and agreed to be sent back to Kentucky. In addition to a murder charge in Knox County, Lewis faces a federal charge of being a convicted felon with a firearm. Also from those documents, we learned police had been looking for him since 2017 on a parole violation. Now, here is the strange part. Philip Lewis is apparently an amateur rapper and recorded a YouTube video called Dropping Bodies several days after the murder in Knox County. In that song, he talks about killing people. Well, police say they found a man wanted for murder out of Texas in Lexington. Police say they received an anonymous tip that 38-year-old Jerry Greer was staying at the La Quinta Inn on Stanton Way. That's near Newtown Pike and I-75. On Saturday afternoon, police started watching the hotel. They say they had no problem with the arrest. Greer was wanted in a case from the Houston area. Well, the Cajun Coastal Search and Rescue Team is heading back to Louisiana today. The team has spent about 2 weeks in central Kentucky searching for Savannah Spurlock. The 23-year-old Richmond mother was last seen more than a month ago. Search team leaders say they are frustrated at their lack of success. They say that even though they are having to go home, they would like to come back and rejoin the search soon. Jurors will begin their 6th day of deliberations today in the case against a Mexican drug lord. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman is facing multiple trafficking charges. Defense attorneys say the people cooperating with the prosecution are making Guzman a scapegoat for their own crimes. If convicted, El Chapo could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Well, state police say they found hundreds of pills during a search warrant Saturday. Investigators arrested Melissa Hill. Troopers said when they asked her where the drugs were, she told them in a purse. The pills included oxycodone, Xanax, and Suboxone, among others. Police in Leslie County say they also found roughly $1,000. They charged Hill with drug trafficking. And a complaint about a man not wanting to leave someone's property led to an arrest in Clay County yesterday morning. Investigators say when they arrived, Cheyenne Gray made a fist and resisted arrest. Police say he was under the influence. He faces public intoxication, trespassing, and resisting arrest, among other charges. Well, the owner of an Eastern Kentucky ambulance service has been sentenced. Our news partners at the Herald Leader report Herschel J. Arrowwood admitted to defrauding the federal government. He will spend the next year and a day in prison. After that, he'll be placed under house arrest for the next 12 months and a day. Aeromed Ambulance also agreed to repay nearly $250,000 to Medicare and Medicaid. Well, President Trump's former personal lawyer is postponing his testimony before Congress again. Michael Cohen's attorney said Monday his client will not attend Tuesday's scheduled appearance before the Senate Intelligence Committee. This is the third delay this month. The attorney said the latest delay is due to a medical issue. No word on when Cohen's testimony may happen. On March 6th, he is expected to report to prison. Well, nearly a month has gone by since we began trying to get in touch with city officials in Martin, including the mayor, with no luck. Many people in the county are concerned about an annexation proposal by the city and how it would affect people living in areas officials are trying to take. WYMT's Justin Case met with concerned people as well as a member of the city council about a situation that is causing anxiety for many.
There are 3 phases to the annexation proposal. The city wants to take control of the state roads surrounding Martin, next annex the businesses along those roads, and finally acquire the communities along the state roads, all with the intention of increasing tax revenue.
That little word tax usually excites everybody, and because I don't want to put a burden on anybody. We pay enough tax anyway, and but we're just trying to better things. And
this would add at least 5 new taxes to people in those areas, including occupational, insurance, city, property, and business license taxes. Business owners fear how it would affect employees.
We provide insurance to those 20 people, and that Martin has an insurance tax that would be tacked on. It's like 9%. So imagine 9% of 1,000 is 90, and that's just a small, that's a policy for one family.
People in the areas this would affect already pay for things like water, sewer, and emergency services through the county.
We've got county police protection. We've got state police protection. What do we need Martin for? What do we need a third layer for?
Others say the lack of communication from city officials, including the mayor, has led to frustrations.
Saturday we came out, it's about 170 of us came out, and they just, out of the blue, they canceled it. Where were they? Why didn't they show up? Was it not important enough?
Some fear this proposal is a result of financial mismanagement. They point to this brand new school, which is unusable because of a lack of water pressure.
They sunk all their money into this wall up here and this school that they can't even use. Now they're expecting the people of Maydown, Minnie, Maytown, Garrett to bail them out.
Trying to get answers to a complex matter.
Well, the proposal would also annex 4 county schools, including the new Floyd Central School. That would also add the new taxes to all of their employees. Floyd County would lose a substantial amount of tax revenue if this proposal passes. The Floyd County Fiscal Court is currently seeking legal representation to see what their options are at this point. Well, teachers in Denver are starting their second day of a strike. The move comes after failed negotiations with Denver public school administrators over base pay. Teachers are picketing outside schools around the city as the district tries to keep schools open by staffing them with administrators and substitutes. According to Denver Public Schools, there are more than 4,700 teachers in the district. More than 2,600 of them did not report to work yesterday.
Nail bling is one of the biggest fashion trends of the year. I'm Hillary Lane with styles that are over the top.
The flood and flash flood watches continue through this afternoon, and more heavy rain is likely. I'll track it all out for you in a few minutes.